Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today is the 19th of Ramadan, the day when Hazrat Ali AS was injured in the mosque of Kufa while offering his morning prayers by Abdul Rahman ibn Muljim Lanatullah alayh. Therefore, today I am going to talk about Hazrat Ali alayhi salam in the words of the Orientalists, who were non-Muslims, but they have written a lot about Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. The personality, teachings, eloquence, valor of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam is such that all the scholars of Arabic language, history of Islam and history of Arab felt themselves duty bound to write about the services and sacrifices of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. His teachings were relevant and valuable in the past, are valuable in the present, and shall remain relevant to the coming generations. Some of the views expressed by the non-Muslim scholars of history of Islam, history of Arab, and history of Arabic literature is narrated so that we may know about the teachings of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. First of all, I will refer Edward Gibbon, who was born on 8th May 1737 and died on 16th January 1794. He was an English historian and member of Parliament. His most important work, The History of Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire, was published in 6 volumes between 1776 and 1788. The book Decline and Fall of the Roman Empire is known for the quality and irony, humor, and light sarcasm of its prose, its use of primary sources, and its open criticism of organized religion. He says about Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, quote, "The zeal and virtues of Ali were never outstripped by any recent proselyte. He united the qualifications of a poet, a soldier, and a saint. His wisdom still breathes in a collection of moral and religious sayings, and every antagonist in the combats of the tongue or of the sword was subdued by his eloquence and valor. From the first hour of his mission to the last rites of his funeral, the apostle was never forsaken by a generous friend whom he delighted to name his brother, his wise regent, and the faithful Harun of the second Musa." Again, Sir William Muir, who was a Scottish Orientalist and was born on 27th April 1819 and died on 11th July 1905. He was a scholar of Islam and a colonial administrator. In 1837, he entered into Bengal civil services. Muir served as a secretary to the governor of Northwest Provinces and as a member of the Agra Revenue Board, and during the mutiny, he was in charge of the intelligence department. In 1865, he was made foreign secretary to the Indian government. In 1867, Muir was knighted, and in 1868, he became lieutenant governor of the Northwestern Province. During the Odisha famine in 1868, Muir issued an order stating that every district officer would be held personally responsible that no deaths occurred from starvation which could have been avoided by any exertion or arrangement on his part or that of his subordinates. For this order he was badly criticized by Britishers, but He was a nice man, and he says about Hazrat Ali alayhi salam, endowed with a clear intellect, warm in affection, and confiding in friendship. He was from the boyhood devoted heart and soul to the Prophet. Simple, quiet, and unambitious. When in after days he obtained the rule of half of the Muslim world, it was rather thrust upon him than sought. Sir Dr. Henry Stubb, he was an English physician born in 1632 and died in 1676. He was a writer, a scholar, and he was considered to be the most noted Latin and Greek scholar of his age, as well as a great mathematician and historian. He rejected the theory of Trinity in Christianity. He praised the Prophet as an able legislator, admired Muslim tolerance of minorities, and defended the Quranic law on usury and wine. He said about Hazrat Ali, quote, "He had a contempt of the world, its glory and pomp. He feared God much, gave many alms, was just in all his actions, humble and affable, of an exceeding quick wit, and of an ingenuity that was not common. He was exceedingly learned, not in those sciences that terminate in speculations, but those which extend to practice." In this way, we see that the Orientalist has also said a lot about the qualities and the greatness of Hazrat Ali alayhi salam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.